Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me in this interview. Today, I have the pleasure of speaking with Chris Ventura, the CEO of Harness Projects, who's pioneering a data driven approach to reshape how companies identify and secure top talent. Chris, thanks for being here today.
Nice to meet you, Rhythm.
Absolutely, likewise. Now, Chris, I love to start by having you walk us through Harness Projects and the journey that's brought you where you are today.
Sure. So we started Harness Projects in 2018 with a mission to bridge the gap between education and employment. Now, this is an age-old problem that has existed with education, and a lot of traditional educators haven't done a great job at preparing people for the workplace skills that they need to be really eligible for employment. A lot of traditional education focuses on theory and knowledge gathering, but it's how you apply that knowledge to a real-world context, which seems to be the big gap between what happens in education and what employers are expecting. So when we set out to tackle this mission, we centered on let's bring companies into the learning experience for our students. And so we designed an education program that effectively got students working on projects for companies while we train them. And so early in our journey, we started with single projects. We kept it really simple. We tackled certain business challenges, and we had our students learn how to solve those business challenges through the project experience. And these ran for about 7 to 9 weeks. Over time, and from the success of those individual projects, we expanded our programs into multi-project programs. So these ran from anywhere from 6 to 8 months. And they focused on high-growth digital skill areas like being a designer or being a cybersecurity analyst. We also covered courses in product management and digital marketing. So in our model, students are working on projects from day one all the way through to graduation. And they're not just learning the technical skills they need, but they're learning how to express those technical skills in a project environment with all the constraints that come with a real business challenge. So that's been the journey that we've been on. In 2022, we took this model and we expanded to the US market. And we had a really positive response rate from US students, US career changers who are looking for a model that had that project experience at the center of the learning. So that's been what we've been up to for the last 6.5 years now.
Amazing, Chris. And I have to say that, the problem that you're solving is something that all of us very closely resonate to because we all like once we graduate and get into the workspace, we definitely, feel what you're feeling. And we're really glad for the work that you and your team are doing. Now, diving deeper into your core innovation, can you elaborate on how your real project learning model is addressing the fundamental challenges that are between education and employment?
Sure. So we've coined the term real project learning that represents the approach that we take in this project type of learning experience. It's an evolution of your more traditional project-based learning that universities and colleges have tried to use to solve this problem. The problem with project-based learning is that typically students do 7 weeks of theory and then a very small capstone project that generally is synthetic or it's a bring your own project. It doesn't really represent what actually happens in a work environment with all the different adaptation and changes that can happen. So with real project learning, we're emulating real world experiences. That's the core tenet that we do when we're building our models. And in real project learning, we have a big focus on behavioral skill development. So not only training students in technical skills that they need to know, but showing them how to apply those technical skills in a real world context. So our students have to present their work to clients, sometimes CEOs or heads of departments at various firms. They also have to collaborate with each other in certain moments through the project. Scopes can change, clients can have different opinions when they give feedback. And so how you adapt and demonstrate resilience is also all part of our learning experience. Now, to ensure that they have the right guidance and support, we have mentors from industry. And these mentors are hiring managers at some of the major tech firms. This includes places like Google, Tesla, Atlassian, Meta, and Amazon. And these hiring managers are running their own teams on a day-to-day basis, and then they come and mentor our students outside of those work hours. So with the mentoring, their role is to instruct the students on the skills, but also to give them feedback on how their behavioral skills are showing up in the project. And as part of that process, we have built our own tech around an employability scorecard. So this is a model of assessment, but also feedback for our students and for hiring managers who are eventually hiring the students around how they're performing from those workplace skills, behavioral skills and technical. So the industry mentors provide feedback. They use that scorecard to give students guidance on where those areas for development are. So that really, in essence, encapsulates what real project learning is for us. And we've been able to do this across a large range of projects, and it's a part of the flexibility of the framework that we've developed. It's been able to apply it to design, to cybersecurity, product management, and so on.
Amazing. That's brilliant. And the model's impact is certainly very significant. Now, in terms of market response, how has the market received this innovative approach and what kind of traction have you achieved?
Yeah, so we've had a lot of success with our model. We've delivered over 200 projects over the past 7 years across Australia and the United States. And we have over 125 company partners that have been part of these projects, including some global brands that are well known, such as IKEA, HSBC, Qantas, Westpac, and Greenpeace as well. And a lot of these partners have come back to do multiple projects with us throughout our journey, not just because the quality of the work that the students do is really high, but also because they're getting a chance to observe talent and make selections if they have a hiring need. And that's where our model has evolved organically into a talent pipeline for some of these companies. So yeah, 125 company partners. From a financial point of view, we're growing at 40% revenue year on year, and we have a 65% gross margin across both markets that we operate in.
Amazing. Those results are indeed very impressive, Chris. Now, looking at the road ahead, what's your strategic vision for Harness projects moving forward, and where do you see the greatest opportunities for growth?
Yeah, so we're really excited about the future for Harness projects. We're about halfway to our mission of realizing this education to talent placement model. Over the last 6.5 years, we've developed a lot of experience into how to deliver these real project learning experiences. And organically, one of the things that's happened with these projects is the companies that have been involved have said, hey, that individual is great on my project, can I hire them? And so we started to see this organic demand for using the projects as a talent pipeline model for companies. So we're in the process of building a framework for how companies can use projects within their own business context as a talent recruitment method. So think of it like a try before you hire model. And what our project model will allow companies to do is observe talent performing within their business context, demonstrating not just the technical skills that they're recruiting for, but also those behavioral skills that determine if this person's going to be a great team fit, if they're going to be able to apply some of the technical skills in that business's context. So this is a really important part of what we envisage as our growth flywheel. Each side of the model supporting each other, students looking for experience to find placement in jobs, and companies looking for individuals who are demonstrating that experience to feel confident about hiring. It's all about de-risking that hiring for companies. Now, to enable both these models to work in unison at scale, we're investing in technology, developing our employability scorecard further, and allowing all the great data that we collect on students to be translated into a profile for companies to make a hiring choice on. So this is all the different aspects of what happens in a project being readily available data for a hiring manager. Things like, how do you communicate? How do you collaborate with others? Do you demonstrate resilience? All of these types of aspects that hiring managers find really important. So we're really excited for that part of our mission. And yeah, that'll be the next sort of 12 to 18 months focus.
Amazing. That's brilliant, Chris. Now, given your deep industry experience, having been at the forefront of educational innovation for 7 years now, what do you anticipate will be the major market forces and trends that will be shaping this space over the next 5 years? And how is Harness Projects positioned to capitalize on these developments?
Yeah, great question. So, it's obviously no surprise that AI is going to have a major impact in the future employment market, but equally the education market. We're seeing that traditional education programs will probably disappear quite quickly as companies and hiring managers reframe the type of talent that they're looking for. In a future where AI agents can really specialize in certain technical skill areas, it's going to be important for individuals to be cross-functional and to really demonstrate to hiring managers some of those human behavioral skills that are more difficult for AI to replicate. And so we see a world where the future of employment are individuals who are learning to showcase those human attributes, those behavioral skills to companies to give them confidence that they're going to be able to work cross-functionally in an evolving environment, an adaptive environment, and leverage some of the expertise from AI agents to do their work. And so we think we're in a really strong position to be the next evolution of education, centering a lot of the model around these project environments, which are the best place to showcase those human skills. So it's going to be an exciting time, and we're looking forward to being that bridge for the next workforce's generation.
Absolutely, and that's a very comprehensive market outlook. Now, turning to the operational side, so can you share some insights into the team that is driving Harness projects forward, and what's the culture that's been cultivated, and who are the key figures that are supporting your journey?
Yeah, so we've been a bootstrap team for the majority of our journey. So we're a small team who've done a lot with a little, and it's part of the reason that we've been able to do that is because we have such a strong commitment to this mission of bridging the education to employment gap. We've all felt that problem in our careers and in our journeys. And so we've been able to attract talent from Atlassian as one of our product managers. We also have some incredible advisory boards that are supporting us on our journey. For example, we have the former MD of Seek Education as one of our guides through this process that we've been on. Equally on our board is the former MD of Spotify and Peloton Australia. So these, senior executives have been really passionate about what we do, have given their time to support us and to see us have a successful outcome. As for ourselves, myself and my co-founder Mike, we both have had, Mike has had over 25 years experience as an academic in education. My background has been in digital product management, so I bring that digital commercial lens to the work that we do. But I also worked in education, and I've seen the sort of gaps of traditional education along with Mike in our previous corporate roles.
Amazing. The strength of your team is truly evident. Now, looking at the immediate horizon, can you walk us through the details of your current capital raise? And also, if you could outline your key strategic priorities for the next 12 to 18 months.
Yeah, so this capital raise is a really important step for us to invest more deeply into the talent pipeline side of our business, to also build out the tech platform to unify the two models that we've developed. So over the next 12 to 18 months, we have a strong focus on bringing on program partners for our cybersecurity talent pipeline, enabling these companies to hire cybersecurity talent in this real project learning model, and then expanding that into some of the other areas that we offer. Equally, the investment will be in tech and some key roles to support that, including a CTO, head of marketing, head of product, these types of roles, including sales. So yeah, the next 18 months is a strong focus in building some of the tech foundations to scale this model across Australia and the US and perhaps more internationally as well.
Wonderful, Chris. That's very exciting indeed. To our audience members who are watching this interview, this concludes our conversation today with Chris. And if you would like to get in touch with the team at Harness Projects, please see the details at the side of your screen or in the description of this video. Once again, thank you, Chris, for joining me in this conversation. And we wish you all the luck with your venture moving forward.
Thank you, Rian. Lovely to chat to you.
Thank you.